So here we are, morning of day 3, bright and early. Gotta love the time change. One thing's for certain, I will need more caffeine soon. But we're heading in to see our first presenter of the day. And I don't think I've shared it with you, but she and I have a very special relationship, which I'll share with you shortly.
But style is what you can easily observe, always. So, do you know the difference between an observation and a judgment? If you're making an observation, you just notice it. If you're making a judgment, you put some value on it. That's good, that's not good, right? So what we're going to do today is really observe. And another thing is, when you're dealing with success, determine your own, right? You need to determine your own success, not deal with somebody else's expectation for your success. You get to choose what you want, you get to choose what you want, and don't let anybody else tell you you're not doing good enough, right? So in order to be good, really successful, you need a few things. One is, you need to have a quality program, right? Another is, you need to have integrity, because if you're trying to bullshit somebody, it's just not going to work. And the other is, you need to believe in yourself. And in order to believe in yourself, you got to know what's going on. So, what we're going to do today is we're going to understand DISC style, and I'll explain what DISC is in a minute. Has anybody taken a Myers-Briggs before? Okay, so you know the extroversion, introversion thing, right? Extroversion is when you get energy from being with people. Introversion is when you get energy from having some alone time, right? I'm an introvert. I love my alone time. That's where I sort of suck up knowledge and let things sort of simmer. And I like being an introvert. It doesn't mean you're shy. It's not the same thing. You can be an extrovert and shy. You can be an introvert and shy. But so back to Myers-Briggs. It's an extroversion, introversion thing, so is DISC. And the DISC, has anybody taken a DISC before? Yes? Oh, good, good. So then you know there are 4 factors, which we'll be talking about. And when you identify those 4 factors in yourself and in everyone else, you have a sort of a leg up on understanding what's going on. So if I know myself better than you know yourself, who has the benefit?
You.
Me, right? And if I know myself better than you know yourself, and I know you better than you know you, I'm still winning, right? I can actually be a master manipulator, right? Not that that's what we want to do, but you could.
So, Linda Dominguez, my mother, just presented on stage on body language identifying personality traits so that you can better communicate with them and hopefully sell them, and on micro-expressions. It was actually really, really cool. So, has your mom presented at FBS? Because mine has.
Expos in your community. Remember that a single-sided flyer with nothing on the back is a complete waste of space. You need a response mechanism. A response mechanism. You give people the benefits of what you do, not how awesome you are. No one cares about how many certifications we have, how long we've been training. So your flyer, your pamphlet would have before and after pictures, so many that the person would go, holy crap, this person knows what they're doing. It would have bullet points of the outcome that they want to achieve, and then it would have an offer of something, a free report, a 7-day fat loss meal plan that they can download in exchange for email address and phone number. Does that make sense? That's the difference between buying a booth at a bridal expo, a whatever expo, health fair locally, and getting $1,000 spent and making $20,000, $30,000 back, or spending $1,000 standing there wondering what the hell happened, going, you know what, these expos don't work for me. They work for me. So since we're on that topic, and since I like giving you actionable stuff, what's a great way you can attract people into your booth? when you're doing these expos, right? A couple of them have little trinkets out there. It's awesome. The greatest thing that we found that works is you get those big 2-gallon jars that are like this, but they're 2 gallons. Put a whole bunch of M&Ms in there, and a giant sign that says, can you guess how many calories are in this, right? And so that's sitting right there. But now there's people walking by. What else could you do? Go to Amazon, you buy a pound of fat and a pound of muscle. Or if you want, just buy the 5 pounds of fat, which looks like that roll of paper towel. And you just step right out, just not in front of them. Hey, guess what this is? And it's so gross looking. They go, what? Or they go, fat. Yeah, this is 5 pounds of fat. Are you curious how many calories are in this? Or how many of this are in that jar of M&Ms? And you draw them in, right? So it's a pattern interrupt, which I'm going to talk about in a second. But every other booth is like, hey, have you seen our thing? Hey, have you seen our thing? But you approach people in the coolest way possible by saying, hey, guess what this is? Have you ever seen 5 pounds of fat in person? Here it is. Want to know how much of this is in that jar of M&Ms? If you take a guess and you get it right, you get a free month of training with me, because I'm the local fitness and fat loss expert. Way different than just shoving a flyer in someone's mug, right? It's the coolest way of doing that. And so, of course, when they guess that, and hopefully they're going to win, you're going to need their contact info to reach out to them if they win. This is how you build a funnel. The drawing doesn't happen 3 weeks from now. The drawing happens the minute that expo is over. Pick a name, call them, text them, congratulations, you won. Everybody else, later on that day, you call them or email them and go, hey, the expo just ended. You're probably in the parking lot leaving. I don't know. But guess what? You weren't the winner, but you won the second place prize. You won a week at my place, right? So do you want to come in tomorrow or the next day to start your week of training? Absolutely free. I'm also going to give you a 7-day meal plan for that. You want to come AM or PM? And then bang, you got yourself solid leads. Remember what I talked about, recency and frequency? You follow up immediately. You don't go when you add them to your Fit Pro newsletter right away. You can do that later on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. You follow up with phone number, you follow up with an email immediately, and then you add them to Fit Pro newsletter, and the Fit Pro newsletter do the drip marketing that I've designed it to do for you. These little shifts in business, in mindset, in operations, make all the difference. The casual looking email sent from my iPhone makes all the difference, right? So nobody wants to go see this. Like, hey, have you seen this?
So we are in the home stretch. Bedros just finished up doing a presentation on how to sell big ticket items. You know, why only make a couple $100s a month when you could make $500, $600, $1,000 a month? But you got to know the tactics, you got to know the strategies, how to phrase things, how to sell people. And it works great, but you got to know the secrets. Right now, Sean Barker's on stage. He's telling us how he has completely blown up his 2 Fit Body locations in Canada and sharing his secrets with us. Let's go take a look.
It's not going to happen overnight. As we know, there's no overnight success. And as you heard many of the speakers here this weekend, they all had that story that they put in their $10,000 and more, okay? But when you're following a plan, something that's propelling you forward, no matter how small it may be at the time, how frustrating you may be, this is how I felt. Like Andy Dufresne, I felt like I was in jail and I was trapped. But I knew I'm just going to chip away at this, and literally, you know, it took me about 10 years in the total plan, believe. So this is what I ended up doing as a profession, working in the mining industry, easy 6 figures a year, okay? But I had to keep pushing towards my goals on a massive size dozer there. What could I do working these 12-hour shifts? I'd get off a 12-hour shift and I'd go train people. But once I got married and had a kid, those things really started to put the pressure on me. So I created and had a vision. You gotta see, you gotta believe that you can do the things you want to do. Don't let people convince you otherwise. You want to hear just a vision board. Of course, we've all heard of the secret, the law of attraction. The real secret is getting off your ass and doing something, right? All this stuff we hear this weekend, don't go home and just review the notes for a day and don't do anything. Don't let that fizzle die out, okay? Take it one step at a time and do something. This vision board I created before we even moved. Again, it was just encompassing the lifestyle I want once I ran ahead of a fit body. Certain little things make a huge difference. When the iPhone first came out, there was no iPhone in our area, in this isolated part of Canada. There was no network. But I put it on the board. This is cool. I want this someday. Lo and behold, 6 months later, they created a whole new network and said, we have iPhones in this area now. But when I put that on the board, I didn't know. I just knew what I wanted. And all these, material things. My kitchen look almost identical to this picture, which I cut out of a magazine. So it keeps it in your head that, you're tweaking things, you're designing things, you're working towards that plan.
That winner is Dallas Wicker. My man, Brian. So here are your keys, and here's a little hula dancer. Congratulations. Well deserved, man. Yeah. So this guy has a busted ass, and everything he said the other day on stage literally happened almost as he said it. I mean, it was one unfortunate event after the other. And if there was ever someone who just kept rising, getting back on his feet after one crazy fucking event after another, it's this guy. So congratulations, well deserved.
Can I say one last thing?
Sure.
I wanted to thank you so much. When I came here at FBS last year, as I told you all.
Oh, sorry, he wants to make.
One thing I left out of my presentation, everything that this guy offers is absolutely true. Last year when I came here, I was down in the dumps. Our EFT, our automatic payment income, had been dropped down to about $5,000 a month. I didn't know how I was going to pay for Mastermind. Here I am today. I closed out February, which was last month, at $32,000. Bedros is the name.
Good man.
The next question is, how do you let them know that you're raising prices but maybe might not affect them?
I'm not a big fan of that.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of that. I believe in being loyal. So I've got Mastermind clients who are paying under $1,000 a month because they've stuck with me for years, right? I've got Fit4 newsletter customers in here probably who are paying like 19 bucks a month when the price is now 69. So I believe in that level of loyalty. Dan Kennedy, Jay Abraham might say something different, but it doesn't matter what they say because it's how I want to service my clients. So how would you like to service your clients? Would you rather get more money from new people, or do you think you want to jack up the prices on your existing people?
To be honest with you, I love my tribe. My tribe is the best.
Good.
The best people I have in the world.
Then let's just keep servicing them, and I would let them know. I would say, hey, I just want to let you guys know that our prices are going up for new members, but because you guys believe in me, because I think we have a family and a special tribe here, I'm leaving your price points where they are. What that does, it also creates a sense of retention. They know that if they were to leave and come back, they'd pay a third more, right? So it actually has a financial benefit to you. Yeah.
And that's a wrap. Day 3 Fitness Business Summit 2014. Once again, another gorgeous day here in Southern California. I'm going to start the drive home. It's only about an hour and some. Could be a little bit more traffic, but this was such a great event this year. I have to say it was the best year ever. The best presenters ran smooth, ran smoothly. Everybody learned something. I had a great time, met a ton of new people, a lot of new networking, a lot of new connections made. I can't wait to do it again. I can't wait to get back to my office tomorrow morning so I can start implementing some of this stuff. Here's the truth of the matter. I'm having my wife drive me home so I can start GSD, getting shit done on the drive home. And if you're at the summit this year, you should do the same. I forgot one thing. Like I said, I'm actually in my car, got my laptop right here, gonna get to work straight away. But one thing I forgot to say was, if you didn't come this year, why not? You are crazy. Beg, borrow, steal, do whatever it is you have to do to get here next year, because you won't believe the amount of information and the bump in your business that you will get from attending this thing. It is really a no-brainer. Make sure you come to Fitness Business Summit 2015. I'm telling you, it's gonna change your life. All right, until next year.